wholesale store. It gives it that luxury appeal. Some weaknesses include the lack of international exposure. It might have problems balancing standardization versus adaptation. It hasn't really had that exposure to an international market before and having to do that. It's also a new entrant into Germany, so it's going to have to overcome the liability of foreignness and overcome late mover disadvantages because there are strong local competitors. Opportunities are the fact that it's a large German market. It's going to provide access to the greater European market. And also its ability to learn from Walmart's mistakes because it is a late mover. And Germany has a highly developed and technologically advanced market with sound infrastructure. So Target can benefit from that technological advancement and help the company further grow. Some threats include the fact that there are global and local competitors which can imitate Target's one-stop shop structure, and also cultural barriers. They haven't had exposure to international markets, and it might be difficult reading the culture. And
so Regina just talked about the environment overview and our SWOT analysis. So now we're going to get into the competition within Germany. So what's important to note here from the first point is that these 4 companies up top represent 55.4% of global general merchandise stores. As you can see, Walmart had 32%. And Target had 5.6, which is the second most. So you can see our dominance. And now, what's important here also is that Target will be the only one of those top 4 companies in Germany. While Walmart was, Target will be now. And so Ash is going to explain a little bit more about the companies that are local to Germany with a stronger presence.
In terms of local competition, Metro MG and Douglas AG will hands down be the biggest troubles for Walmart, or for Target rather, sorry. They already have a very strong presence in the German and European locations. As you can see, Metro has more than 1,000 stores throughout Germany and more than 300,000 employees throughout the rest of Europe. Both of these companies, unfortunately, have showed 5% growth even with the economic slowdown, so they pose a great deal of competition. Praktiker, on the other hand, is struggling a lot more. They're strictly a home improvement store, so they sell ladders, paint, drills, tools, what have you, and is based mostly on the housing market. And due to the economic slowdown, especially the crash in housing prices, they've had a lot of trouble in the last year and are shutting down and laying people off. Target feels like this will be one of their best opportunities to steal market share from Praktiker.
All right, as far as our potential target market assessment is concerned, we found a study by Roland Berger Strategy Consultants, and this was headed by Ingmar Brunken. It's a local Munich consulting firm. And she's quoted as saying, in just the last 5 years, the power of brands has shrunk dramatically in all sections of the market. Surprisingly, shoppers are focusing more and more on price, even when it comes to fashion items, where purchases are generally considered to be driven by emotions. So this is good news for us because not only do we combine our products a combination of high quality, higher value products, but they're also low margin, like we've been mentioning throughout this presentation, and that's going to be appealing to this new consumer shift. We also feel like with this we can target medium to high income families and with high levels of education. And this is our target market back in the US, so we won't have to standardize as much of this entry strategy. Coming into to Germany, we're focusing on 4 federal states, mostly in Western Germany, and that's in the states of Bavaria, North Rhine-Westphalia, and Niedersachsen. But also, we're focusing on the city-state of Berlin in Eastern Germany because it's kind of an island of innovation and wealth as well.
So how are we going to enter these 4 regions? We talked about how the fact that we're going to have to adapt our domestic U.S. business model and kind of adapt to the German model as we saw the mistakes with Walmart. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a strong emphasis on local management team, and we're also going to hire a German consulting firm. This way, we'll have access to the local market information and won't repeat the same mistakes of Germany, which was kind of just ignorant to the fact that Germany might be a different market than the other markets that had entered. We're trying to avoid that. If you look on the bottom, it says these received consideration. So we thought about exporting, and we decided why ship our products across the Atlantic Ocean when Germans might not even be wanting to buy American products. So basically, we're going to offer German products and other European products, and so exporting is really just ruled out right from there. In terms of foreign production, it's really not necessary for us. This will be our first entry into a foreign market, so there's no reason to build factories, set up distribution centers initially. There'd just be too many fixed costs up front. Franchising is generally reserved for companies that franchise domestically, and then when they want to expand, will go out and do so abroad. And Target doesn't incorporate that into its strategy, as well as we're going to be adapting our business model to the German market, so it's not really, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't apply here. In terms of a joint venture, this received serious consideration. We were considering maybe teaming up with a supermarket such as Lidl, just in the sense that they would have this local knowledge, and we're unsure at this point if we want to even include like groceries in our stores, just because the market is so saturated in Germany and the prices are already at basement level prices. So that received consideration, but then we consulted the 2008 commercial guide of doing U.S. companies doing business in Germany, and it said that joint ventures are one of the most difficult transactions to take while doing business in Germany. So we are going with the local strategy.
In terms of the marketing mix, the first thing we'll go over is the product. As we learned from Walmart and their failures, Germany is a largely ethnocentric country, so they take great pride in buying German goods and buying things made by German companies. So what we're going to do, we're going to sell all the same products that we sell in America, however, by local German and European manufacturers. For example, instead of selling a Black & Decker drill, we're going to sell one made by Hazel, which is a very popular German tool company. Also, Target's going to consider using capitalism with a conscience, which they've been very successful in the U.S. They're going to use the eco label on all the products that they can, because that'll show all the German consumers that they're concerned with going green and the use of environmentally friendly goods. Also, Target will commit to green suppliers, which will show Germans even furthermore that they care about the environment and the green movement in Germany.
As far as price is concerned, like I mentioned earlier, there's been a powerful shift in consumer behavior towards being more savvy with buying.